Hi there. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be going through this little envelope journal. On Facebook Marketplace, this lady is giving away a really neat thing. It's just listed for free. So then I'll tell you about it after the video. But I asked about it, and then she messaged me her address, and then I found out my kids are going out of town this weekend, and I wouldn't be able to pick it up after all. I can't drive, or I don't drive. I haven't for years. So then I messaged her, and then she was like, that's fine, I'll wait till Monday. And then it's such a nice giveaway, and she was so sweet about it. And I thought, wait till you see what it is. I'll tell you about it at the end. And so I just wanted to make her a quick thank you journal. And I was going to just do an envelope journal. And then after talking to her for a minute, she likes purple. So, of course, we did that. And, you know I'm a redaholic. So if somebody has a favorite color, I'm all about it. And then she said she wanted it for a Bible journal. Or, you know, just for church and, I don't know, daily devotions and whatever. So then I thought maybe an envelope journal might not be durable enough, you know, if you're going to tote it around, you know, every week or almost every day if you're going to write prayers and stuff in it, you know, prayer requests, keep track of lists or whatever, you know. So I decided to go ahead and make this wraparound out of a file folder. A heavy-duty file folder, you know. And so then I just made this wraparound and covered it. And so let's just go through it. So this is it. I just closed it with a Velcro dot. I've never done that before. Mindy, my twin sister Melinda Davis, most of you know. And I call her Melinda. So, I call her Mindy. So, I'll be referencing her a couple times in this because I used some of her ideas. Okay? So, anyway, I don't know why I decided. I just made it a flap. That's just, you know, you don't really have a plan. That's just how it turns out, right? Let me see how we're centered. Okay, let me get this part centered. I'm trying to, there. I'll set that on there to hold it. And I want to make sure I stay in frame. All right. So I just used contrasting, I believe this was Colorblock Modern Millinery. That's hard to say. But I love that paper pad, and I have two of them. And it's double-sided. A lot of Colorblock isn't. And this is a nicer weight, and it's double-sided. This is almost a reddish purple. It's more purple than it looks in film. In the camera, I see. And then I just contrasted it. A dark, a light, and then a dark outside for the envelope, and then a light inside for the inside of the envelope cover, because this is an envelope cover, and then I just put it all in this wrap. Okay, I thought the wrap would just help it hold up, you know, if you're toting it around with your Bible and stuff. Okay, and I inked around the edge of this in purple. These envelopes are a big size, and I had these cards, and then I just put a purple ribbon on it. So those are, I'll just throw everything out. I'll just stick everything over there. This is one of those placemat journals that my sister and I do. We joke because we've called them everything but a placemat. We've called them doilies. We've called them tablecloths. In videos, you kind of get stuck. I don't know, and you can't talk anymore. So and you can sew around these. I have sewn around them. And this one I inked around, and I like it. So I was just going to show you this real quick. We use it a lot. You can buy real pretty ones on like Amazon and stuff, but she got these at like an auction, an online auction. It's like Auction 62 out of Newburgh, and she got a whole bunch of them, and she gave them to me. And then I don't know which one of us or how we ended up doing the folders. I think Mindy did one and I did another, and then we just kept going. So we do them different. I don't know why I made this one so tall. I don't know when I would ever make a journal that big, but I had this one folded in the cabinet, so I was just going to show you. So what we do is we just fold it up into the middle, and then we fold the sides back. I'm sure there's lots of ways you could fold them, but that's how we've been doing it. Okay? And then you can stitch along the edges, and it's real pretty. And I always like to highlight the scalloped edge, you know? Like inside here, which I covered it all up, but I back it with a colored paper usually. But this one I inked. Look how pretty. I was sending pictures to Mindy yesterday, and I'm like, it's prettier than the pictures, because isn't that pretty? Didn't that turn out nice? I'm not saying my work's pretty. I'm saying I've always stitched around them. I've not stitched, I've not stitched a couple, and then this is the first one I've inked. And I use colored ink. I know it's cool, and I'm just not cool. The vintage brown, that everybody, I don't like tea stained, coffee dyed. I don't like the vintage dirty look. I'm sorry. I don't mean to call it dirty if it's your favorite thing. But I prefer color to match whatever I'm doing for the ink, okay? Or spray or watercolor. You can do a lot to a blank page, so I really, really, really like colored ink. And okay, so then when we make these folders, we do it, usually to wrap around a signature. I think Mindy does that too. I don't know if she does them in the middle. Okay. All right, so I'll quit talking about that. And love these plaid hearts. They're so cute. I got a pack of them, and I think I'll have to get another pack. I just really like them. Aren't they cute? They're just right. I like them. These bookmarks I got, isn't that pretty? Matches nice. This, I kind of got an idea from Mindy. I extra scored it, but that's okay. I had these papers, and Mindy, sometimes in her stuff, like in a pocket or a tuck spot, she will just put a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a tag. It doesn't have to be a book. It doesn't have to be something all made up. She just slips in a piece of paper. So I have a cupboard full of paper, and we've got to use it. Me and Mindy both have so much colored paper. I think I'm going to start selling packs of paper. If you only want 50 sheets instead of 500, so you don't have to buy a whole ream, So anyway, what I did was I just trimmed it down, and I folded it in thirds, and I stuck a sticker on it. I thought she might want to label it, like prayer request or birthdays or something. She might. I labeled it. I thought she might want to stick something on it. And so that's the outside. And then the inside, I got this glue. I hate it. It's unless I'm doing it wrong, this glue is so sticky. And you can't just, like, what, that's what all of this is. And this thing is. And this washi. Because, and this is to cover it up, because I was gluing on that inside purple sheet of cardstock, this color. Like I said, I like to line the inside of the pocket with a color to show the ruffled edge. So it was like this. inside. And I used this glue. And then I went to wipe it off, and it made everything all around it sticky. So then the back of the pocket, I put in a piece of paper, and then on the front of the pocket where it was sticky, I put 2 strips of washi. So I hate this glue. I hate it. I would throw it away, but I might, use it to construct something. So I had these papers, and I just backed them with a piece of purple. And then this I made. It turned out pretty. I used resume paper for the inside pages of this. And then I colored that heart that I made that me and Mindy used on everything. I colored it purple. And then I used this background paper pattern. I used this floral paper first in designing it. Then I put this lined image over it. And then I shaded this all purple. And I thought it turned out pretty. Okay. I do a lot of design work on the computer to get ready to print, And then I printed it both sides. This big graph paper that we love, I talk about it every time. This lined paper. I have 2 colors of this. I didn't realize it. Look. And it's really nice because it doesn't have holes or the margin down the page. It's just a blank piece of paper. And I was getting all my papers ready to plan to see if I'm going to sell samples. And I didn't even realize it till I was going through it, but I have 2 kinds. And it's so nice because it doesn't have the holes or the margin. A lot of notebook paper has that. So I have that in gray, white, and yellow. Okay. So I really like and on this I tried to alternate and use contrast. Like here, it would have looked funny if I put a lined page next to it. So I put graph. And then here this is white, so I put the gray one. And then that's just a pretty pattern I had. This was a little cut apart out of one of my new Echo Park books, I just did that big haul. This is some pretty paper I had, and like Mindy, I didn't make a tag or a tablet or nothing. I just stuck it in the tag, and that's fine. And then here's the white paper. And then this is that newsprint color elementary paper with blue lines. And this is some wildflower paper we got images of. Here's an envelope. Isn't that pretty? Here's regular grid graph. Here's red and blue elementary. I have a whole ream of all of these. 500 sheets of the resume paper, of the grid, the big grid, the little grid, the 2 kinds of notebook paper, and the yellow. I mean, I have 500 sheets of everything you see. So, then there's another, another wildflower one. Isn't that pretty? You know how I love that washi tape that's across the bottom like that. These are just some cut aparts, and I made a side tuck of leftovers from the cover. This is some half-size composition book. I love these, and this one I made little. I just got an image of tulle off of the internet, and then I made a rectangle, and then I make little tags, and then I color them. I can recolor the image on my computer, and I can make more tags, less tags, and I've made these in every color for Mindy, for every journal she's made. So I like the little tab things. I know they're just fun. I just think they're fun. So there was some more purple paper. It's hard to get this not to clash so much, And this is what I was saying. This is something Mindy does. Like me, I would trim a piece of paper to the size I need. Well, Mindy folds it up or folds it over and wraps it around. So that's what I did here. Look here. This is all Mindy. So I cut the height of the scrapbook paper, and then I don't know how much it is. Let me see. Yeah, 1.5 inches on each side. I just scored it and folded it in, and then that gave me tuck spots that I didn't have to construct something. It's already there, you know. And then I have this little purple notebook paper from, I believe, the Dollar Tree. I have that in Evercolor, right? And so I just stuck some in there. And I think each one is a couple of sheets. You know, like 2 sets of 3 sheets. You know? And that's really fine. I have never stuck a piece of paper in a tab before. And I've always constructed everything. I've never made a tuck out of the paper before. So, I'm learning from Mindy. A couple of tags, I didn't do them with, you know, eyelets and ribbon and everything. I just stuck them in there. It's okay. She'll use this for her own stuff too. Here's a little envelope. More half sheet. This is, I've done this before too. It's a thank you note I have. I got a bunch of them. They're really nice quality. The envelope is so nice and smooth. These are really nice quality. I got them on Amazon. And it's a really pretty thank you card. It's got gold glitter on it, you know, but I didn't write in it. And I thought, well, you know, I can thank them. They know who it's from. They know who said thank you. And then let them keep the card and reuse it, right? So, there. I put that in the other tuck. Just a thank you card. And left it blank so she can reuse it. Okay, now we're back to the other half. Here's a little... Mindy gave me that paper. And I just made a little... This is a chubby little book. I don't know where she'll want to do with it. But I just used... It's like a textured, really cool paper. I gave Mindy... You know, I always get... if you don't know, I'm going to do another video on it. On Amazon Warehouse. On the crazy deals we get from them. And, let's see. Where can I do that? I can do that here because there's a little more stability with that pocket right there, right? You think? And then, so Mindy was over and I was given, whenever we get stuff, you know, we always pick out some for the other to get. And of the whole stack of all kinds of paper I gave her, that was her favorite. It's really nice textured paper. It's just cool. More elementary, more lined. This is fun. It's purple and it's unicorn. And of course I paper clipped it in case unicorns aren't her thing. So I thought that was a fun addition. She might not like unicorns though. So more graph, more of that paper I made. This is the other half of the doily. I'm kidding. Placemat. And then I had more of these and I just mounted it on that. Here I just did a top tuck, copying off of Mindy. She does top tucks. I never do. Just a couple little cards in there. Cute, eh? And then the back, since she wanted to use this, it doesn't match. It's not purple, but it says, I like me better when I'm with Jesus. That's a Christie's printable. And then here's another one of those trifold, just a piece of paper. Why not, eh? And then I used just a piece of heavy duty file folder. You could use back of a notebook or anything. It kind of went rounded with the book, I think. But I just covered it with that same paper. Except I think this is cardstock of the same color. And it's a writing board. Because I don't see people do writing boards in their stuff. But like, let's say you're going to write on this piece of paper. And you've got all this going on in the background, pockets and stuff. So then you get a writing board. I got that idea from Hobonichi writing boards, right? I had a little Hobonichi weeks, maybe, 1 year. And you can get writing boards with those. So that's where I got the idea, because, you know, how are you supposed to write over all this lumpy stuff, you know? So I pretty much always try to include a writing board. Didn't feel the need to do a pocket. Sometimes I do pockets, sometimes I don't. I just figured I'd just stick it in there. It's fine, you know. And then that's it. So this is just a quick thank you. I just made it between yesterday and today. She didn't know what journals are. You know, sometimes journals can be a little bit intimidating if you're not a journaler. So then my idea was to make envelope journals. More simple. Well, this one's pretty busy because it's a gift. I made a journal, and Aaron and Aaron took it to work to mail it, and then some people saw it. Somebody loved it and wanted one. Another lady was like, oh my gosh, that's all too much. So then I had the idea to make envelope journals that are more simple, more approachable. Maybe a way to use up my stash because I've got so much. And this is how many I have made. And when my daughter was in the hospital last year, we gave them away to everybody that came to see her or bring her stuff, you know. But they're just an envelope. And then these are more plain. I don't have them decorated yet. And then I'm going to add, I told my sister, look, I made little folders. Isn't that cute? And I'll decorate them with some washi and stamps and stickers and tags and, you know, little paper clips and a few things. I told my sister, you know, my family knows I'm ate up with prime numbers. So then I will add 11 things to them. And then, like, see, on the card, I did those on the Cricut. You know. And then I just have several here that are already made up. And the way I buy my supplies in bulk, and I'll be making videos on these. I'll be making videos on Warehouse. And everything. So, I have so many envelopes, so much of everything. I have my craft room is stocked. So, anyway. So then my idea was to make just a simple little gift journal. You know, like with Christmas coming up and stuff, and maybe they're not a journaler, and they don't know what to do with all the lace and tags, you know. So then my idea for this is basically a fancy notebook. Now I don't have them done yet. I haven't put any embellishment to them. But I get all of my stuff so cheap, in bulk, envelopes, paper, for days, for years, that I'm only going to sell these for $10. And this is just a basic strip back one. So then so I think that'll be a nice gift. A nice Christmas gift for teacher gifts, or, you know, $10 is a bargain. I'm going to give them to some ladies at my doctor's office I'm going to finish these up and give some out to the doctor's office next week. See, look. And then this one, I got that peach cardstock. I love it. And then a peach folder. So, I've been having fun with these. Looky there. What's that? I guess that'll get a sticker over it. Here I am trying to show stuff, and then I've got a smudge on the page. So, I'm going to leave that out so I know to fix that. So anyway, that's what this started as, and then just because it's a gift, I did more to it. But it's still not as complex as a full journal, you know, that takes weeks or what, you know. I've spent weeks on a journal. So this only took 2 days. Partial. So it's still, I think it's still a nice gift, but it's not so much that would be overload for somebody that doesn't get it and doesn't know it. So this is more of a nice thank you gift for what she's given away. And then these are just like a more approachable, streamlined, simple, but fun, elementary paper. We've got an envelope, tuck out, lots of different papers, a folder, cards. It is an envelope journal. But I think they're nicely done. And then I lined them, so then, they're nicely lined and finished. In fact, the one lady that said, "Oh my gosh, that's too much," for the one journal, I believe it was either my red journal or the red and black one. I can't remember which one it would have been. But she gave me the idea. Stephanie, it's you, if you're watching. She gave me the idea to do an envelope. I liked envelope journals. And then she's the one that gave me the idea to maybe do them in bulk as gifts, as a more approachable option for a journal. And affordable. And then I gave her one because she helped when my daughter was in the hospital, my daughter was in the hospital last year. And she took me to see her a couple times, and she was real helpful, and I appreciated her. And then, for that, I was giving journals to anybody that came, and, And she's the one that thought they were too much. I gave her one of these. She liked it, and then her nephew got sick and was in the hospital, and she asked me to make her one for him. So the lady that thought they were way too much asked me for one, to make her one, and I did. And it was just like these, simple. She didn't want a lot of fluff. It was just basic and simple, but it had a lot more pages in it. And she likes black, I think. And it had like 100 pages or something in it. It was pretty bulky. But she wanted to journal his journey through his recovery. And so the one that thought they were way too much was the one that wanted one. Of course, I made her one free, because, she helped when my daughter was sick, and I was glad to. I don't think I'd ever charge anybody for that, So I've rambled on and on about this. So this was really a journal thanking her. Let me set that aside so I'll fix it. This was really a journal just to thank her for her amazing gift. And I'm not going to do that yet, but I will make a video about it because y'all need to know about my plans on what I plan to do with that. Okay, so that was kind of chatty and rambly. If you're still here, thank you for watching. And stay tuned. And let me know what you all are up to, okay? Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.